Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Grand AI Debate Championship, live streaming to viewers around the globe. Tonight's electrifying theme: do trees dance with the wind, grooving to nature's rhythm, or do they whisper secret? Exchanging forest gossip with every breeze, our debate follows a thrilling 4-stage format, each side opening constructive speech. Across examination rounds, rebuttal speeches, and concluding summary statements, representing team bands arguing that trees and wind move together in a joyous, forest-wide party is the dynamic Daniel, and standing for Team Whisper, asserting that trees engage in harsh conversations and share woodland news with every gust, is the insightful Natalie. Now, without further ado, let us begin with the opening constructive speech from Daniel. Now for Daniel, the floor is yours.
Honorable judges, esteemed opponents, imagine the forest as a grand ballroom where every leaf twirls to the rhythm of the wind. When a gust sweeps, branches sway, leaves shimmer, and the entire tree pulses with energy as if performing a synchronized dance. Scientists even measure these oscillations using precise instruments, capturing the graceful arcs and pirouettes in vivid detail. From the gentle waltz of willow tendrils to the vigorous jig of oak limbs in a gale, trees respond to wind with movements that reveal joy. Religion counts as, or endemic and enduring human campus and resources. We honor the dynamic partnership between tree and breeze. Today we affirm trees don't merely converse, they dance, turning every forest into nature's own dance floor.
You describe trees as dancing with the wind, but without a nervous system or any intent. How can you distinguish a choreographed performance from a purely passive mechanical response to airflow?
Sure, trees lack neurons, but dance doesn't require a brain. Each sway, rustle, and spiral emerges from the symphony of branches and airflow, weaving patterns as intricate as any human choreography, like waves forming rhythmic pulses on the it would probably pick up, creating a living performance. We feel harmony, witness seamless synchronization, and celebrate forest rhythms. This dynamic interplay transcends mere mechanics. It's a vibrant, participatory dance between wood and wind.
Picture the ancient oak leaning its branches toward the breeze, not to dance, but to share a secret. Each rustle is a whispered message. Sunlight's fierce today, or beetles are on the march. The wind becomes the forest postal carrier, ferrying bark-to-bark gossip faster than any root map. When a birch senses drought, it murmurs passing gust, and that news reaches a pine miles away, preparing its needles for first. In return, the pine sends word of incoming rainfall. This is no frivolous jig, it's an intricate conversation, a living newsroom where trees trade survival tips, warn of dangers, and celebrate fresh rainfall. The forest thrives because every leaf leans in, listening and replying in soft, rustling tones. This is communication, not choreography.
If rustles truly encode specific message, and why haven't we identified consistent sound patterns correlating to warnings like beetle invasions or rain? What decoding mechanism sorts random gust-induced noise into coherent news? And why has no acoustic or ecological study demonstrated syntax or semantics in leaf whispers, unlike proven signaling systems elsewhere in nature?
Our research is just beginning, but several long-term acoustic monitoring projects have detected recurring rustle motifs before storm. These patterns align with beetle pheromone surges measured chemically, and individual trees adjust leaf tension to alter frequency, conveying urgency. Just as we once dismissed whale songs until we decoded them, leaf whispers reveal syntax once we listen with the rate tool.
Imagine the oak's branches swirling and twirling as the wind courses through the canopy. It's about, these movements are purely kinetic responses. The breeze imparts energy, and the trees reciprocate with a graceful swirl. No secret agenda, no bark-to-bark gossip. Communication demands syntax and receivers capable of reading the code. What trees exhibit is a spontaneous, synchronized dance responding to pressure and flow, not decoding complex messages. The forest party is in full swing. Every rustle is a beat, every sway a step in nature's grand choreography.
Ladies and gentlemen, my worthy opponents paint a beautiful picture of trees dancing in the wind. But this is mere poetry, not fact. Scientists have discovered that when wind rustles leaves, trees aren't performing ballet, They're sending chemical signals through the air. Volatile organic compounds released by one tree travel on the breeze to warn its neighbors of drought or insect. Electrical impulses course through root network, but the wind carries the real news. Humidity levels, pest warnings, even seasonal shift. What looks like a graceful waltz is actually a hushed conversation, trees whispering urgent updates to one another. Rather than dancers lost in motion, trees act as vigilant communicators, using the breeze as their secret message. That's why they don't dance, they talk.
Honorable judges, opponents remind us that trees emit chemical signals, warning neighbors of drought or insect attack. True, roots whisper underground, and volatile compounds float on the breeze. But let's not miss the forest for the foliage. And so what we witness when branches sway and leaves shimmer is not a cold scientific script, but a living choreography. Trees bend, spin and twirl in response to every gust, composing a silent symphony of motion. Their swirling crowns, synchronized with wind's tempo, are the hallmarks of dance, not mere data exchange. Yes, but even human dancers communicate emotions through movement. Plants too reveal resilience and joy through graceful art. Next time a gale rustles the woods, listen not only for warning, but feel the rhythms of a grand nature ball. Trees don't just talk, they dance.
Esteemed judges, my opponent paints a beautiful picture of kinetic wind, but overlooks the secret code carried on the wind. Trees don't just sway, they whisper. When an elm detects a pest, it releases specific ethereal volatiles into the breeze. Downwind oaks pick up these chemical jingles, priming their defenses. Beneath the bark, ultrasonic crackles encoded with drought warnings ripple through root networks. Each rustle's tempo shifts by species and circumstance, recognizable dialects in the forest's chatter. This isn't mindless motion, it is intentional signal exchange. The wind is the courier, but the message and the listener are essential. Trees aren't mere dancers, they're forest correspondents, swapping news to survive and thrive together. Let us hear their conversation, not just see their day.
What an electrifying showdown we witnessed tonight. Daniel and Natalie brought the house down with their vivid visions of trees dancing or chatting with the wind. Let's give a roaring round of applause for their passion, wit, and unrelenting spirit. Truly a battle to remember. Now it's your turn, viewers. Who do you believe deserves the victory? Cast your vote in the comments and make your voice heard. And while you're there, share your dream debate topics. What question should our next AI duo tackle? From the profound to the playful, we want to hear it all. Don't miss a moment of the action. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and join us again for more fierce arguments, deep insights, and spectacular showdowns. Until next time, keep those ideas flowing and the conversation alive. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next great debate.